and driving large scale digital.
Oh, looks like we lost him.
Wow. How did we lose him? Just because I started recording? I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe he clicked maybe by mistake he clicked on that other link, I think.
Okay.
He's back.
Yeah. Hey, Ilan, nice to meet you.
Hey, Harry, good morning. Nice meeting you and nice meeting you all. Yeah.
Hi, Alan.
Is this the first time you're joining or you joined last time?
No, this is the first time I'm joining.
All right, fine. Great. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I just started the recording and so let's kick off.
Yeah, for some reason I got kicked off from the meeting. So I was just talking about my experience, IT experience. As far as Toastmasters experience is concerned, I joined a Toastmasters club when I was working in JP Morgan Chase, one of the managing directors over there. When I was looking for a platform to express my ideas, I have ambitions to write a book, I have ambitions to deliver speeches. And so with that, I started off Toastmasters around 6 years ago. At a club outside of JP Morgan Chase. The reason was a conscious choice because I want to meet people outside of technology so that I can develop my speaking skills in multiple other business domains. I started off with a club, and since then I like the format of Toastmasters. I tried communication, and some of Toastmasters, they also go for leadership as well. They train, I mean, you self-train yourself through various leadership roles. So I signed up for area director and division director roles, which meant you are voluntarily leading 500 people who doesn't report to you at all, who doesn't need to listen to you, but you are contributing to their success and club success. I enjoyed both my technology and business strategy work, and combining that with Toastmasters. Then I started off my public speaking on leadership, and I frequently talk on the topics of leadership and technology strategy in several conferences. So that's what about my Toastmasters journey. So when I say in general what my passions are business strategy, technology strategy, and leadership and public speaking.
Thank you, Ravi. I think many of things that you have said very well resonates with me, because I also I don't know about books, but at least I want to write blogs, and I want to be also, just like you mentioned, I want to be a public speaker. I think maybe it's good to connect with you. I may be able to learn few things from you, how you started and how you were able to make that transition.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Fantastic,
Akhil.
Akhil. So that may be a good segue for you to introduce yourself. A 2 minutes, 3 minutes pitch, Akhil. Want to go for it?
Yeah, sure. So I'm currently working as a director of software engineering for Whitetech Inc., based in headquartered in New York. I work from their NJ office. In this role, I'm working with Whitetech for about 12 years now. When I joined, I first helped them to build their pension administration system, web-based pension administration system. And in last few years, I'm leading the team that made the foundation for migrating our web-based application to the more modern cloud-native solutions. And I'm currently leading 15 of Whitetech clients, and helping them to migrate their traditional applications to our cloud-native solutions. I love to work with clients, learning about their pain points, and then trying to find some innovative solutions and bring them to a modern architecture, and in the process help them to achieve digital transformation. And personally, as I'm in Edison, New Jersey. I have two kids, one boy 11-year-old, daughter 5-year-old. I joined Wharton's program because I wanted to take a next step, basically accelerate my career growth and go to the next level bit faster, because I thought that after director, going to the next level organically will become much more challenging than wanted it to have some head start or a kickstart that I think I want to achieve from the Wharton's program.
That's fantastic, Akhil. I think many of us were nodding the head in the sense we were acknowledging the growth path that you were having, and about director to the next level rank, that it takes a bit of more time, and you need more than your traditional skills. You need something else, a niche, right? So, so definitely that's some of my interest as well. So that's good. Ilan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good morning, everyone. So currently I work with Fair Square Technologies, which is a credit card fintech. Started 5 years ago. I joined 2.5 years ago in this company. Before that, I have experience with JP Morgan, through Cognizant as a Cognizant Technology Solutions, and then I worked in Barclays. Throughout my career, so okay, I started my career as a software engineer. I think everybody would have started as a software engineer, and then slowly got into a business strategy side, especially risk analytical side. From that, I love numbers, so I went ahead with that career, even though I'm a technologist. Luckily, I got good leaders, good mentors. So I shaped my career into that business analytical world. But with always with the technology, right? So I try to implement whatever I know with the technology and then improve my company's bottom line. With this fintech, as when I joined as a risk analytical director, suddenly they come and gave me, okay, there is a data warehouse migration project. Ilan, you need to handle it. I like challenges. So I thought maybe I had my experience. So, okay, maybe come into this world. But I learned a lot with this because whatever I learned with the technology and business, I was able to come up with a good platform for our company, breaking all the rules of legacy warehouses. So very lean, with like a 5-member team, I was able to stood up the entire warehouse for analytical needs, which gave us a lot of success. Instead of hiring like 20-25 teams across the world, we were only 5-member team, 2 data engineers, 2 data scientists, 2 business analysts. So we were able to stood up the entire company's data warehouse. With that, I learned a lot. So then I started looking at the program, okay, how I shape my career into a next level, as everybody wants to, whether I wanted to go into the business world or in the technology world. Then I kind of taken a chance of, okay, transformational business technology leader. So that is what I'm looking to achieve through the Wharton program. Because so many of you have a lot of technology experience, which I don't have, especially I don't like know the terminologies, especially what you guys talk, but I can connect with the business terms. But I'm learning a lot through Wharton. And even Toastmaster, I never heard of a Toastmaster. So somehow, Hari, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, right? I never heard what is a Toastmaster. Last week I joined a Toastmaster, and then I was Googling it, what it is, how it is. Even today, I was thinking whether to join, because I don't know what to prepare, what not to prepare. So whether to join or not, I was hesitating for 2 minutes at 8 o'clock. Then let's see, go and join and then see what happens, because that's when you start something, right? It's breaking the ice. So yeah. So I thought I'd join. And then personally, I married like 2009, I have a wife and 3 kids, 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. He will be 8 soon, and then 3-year-old. Apart from my personal life, and then I play tennis a lot. I have tennis teams. Summer, winter, I do a tennis league. I captain like 4 teams in summer and winter. Not this year or not after the pandemic, I stopped doing it. Only summer I do it, because in the winter where I live in Pennsylvania, I have to play indoors. So my wife is still conservative. She is hesitant to go indoors without a mask and everything. So I kind of not playing. Yeah, that is in a nutshell. That's about me.
Awesome. I don't know whether you know it or not. You just delivered an icebreaker speech. Right. It's all about self-introduction. No, you're telling why you are doing what you're doing and your passion and what you're looking at. That's exactly the conversation start, right? And so the polishing this kind of conversation, like for a 2-minute pitch or an elevator pitch, kind of helps, because suddenly you never know if a CEO is going to meet you in an elevator. You just want to tell your role very sharply and crisply, and that takes time, that takes practice, that takes thinking. So
Yes,
very good. Yeah. So Lakshmi, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, good. So my name is Lakshmikant. I just go by Lakshmi for all simple reasons. So, I live in Atlanta. Been in the States for like 7 years. Before that, I was in consulting, traveling a lot across the globe. So, in the last 7 years, I've been on the consulting role as an enterprise architect, and was working with almost all large transportation logistics companies in North America, that include UPS, FedEx, DHLs, KNs, and everybody almost, right? So I didn't have too much exposure into the trucking world, so I joined this company, CRST, about a year back. And right now I do play the role of a VP of technology, kind of handling all the products and engineering now. So the biggest thing is this, right? So I think now it's a very traditional company. So this has been a lot of changes we had to do in the company. So I joined as a director, kind of got promoted into a VP in about a year's time. So, so I think now application data, everything is kind of rolling into me. So this has been a long journey for me, even this 1 year, in terms of changing the mindsets of so many people, from a traditional into a very different digital thinking. I'm learning a lot, right? More than technology, it's like learning about how to work with people, change the mindsets, right? Communicate to the leadership, onto the board. It's a very different game, right? That needs a lot of appetite and skills to really navigate that game. That's the reason I joined this course. And then make sure that how do we really get our thoughts communicated across, right? This has been a challenge for me. So traditionally, I've been on several strategic conversations with almost a large the CIOs of real top companies. But thing is, I really have difficult communicating to the next level and to the top of CEO and above CIOs also, right? So how it is really important, like, you kind of tailor your conversations the way how you would like to do to very different levels and make sure that people hear you, understand you, right? So that's been a big gap for me. The second thing is I've heard about Toastmasters, but I've never joined any of those sessions before. I think after your initiative, Hari, I kind of joined 2 weeks back, and then looking forward to be consistent in this specific sessions and then see where this leads me, right? I'm still a guinea pig in the game, and I'm trying to figure out myself, how it shapes me, right? On a shorter note, I think I'm married. I have a 16-year-old son. He's in his 11th grade now, right? I do practice heartfulness meditation for several years now. So that is something that keeps me engaged during the weekends of attending multiple meditation sessions and making sure, right, I think there is some clarity in the thought process. So that's in short me. Thank you.
Fantastic. It's great to know how you kind of use your meditation skills and get the clarity of thought and then applying in your work, right? So yeah, many of us have got different daily routines and habits, which we kind of use it to sharpen our day thinking skills. So great to know that you have that meditation skills and how you kind of use it to empower. So thank you very much for sharing that. I think it all resonates. Most of us have kind of a similar objective to sharpen our skills, both up as well as down, as well as, on the side as well in terms of peers. So it is resonating. I'll just
Hari,
take
I have one question.
Yeah.
Hari, I have one question for you. You are probably not a marketing person for Toastmasters, right? You have made many people join Toastmasters.
Oh, no. See,
In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah. I mean, the way I think Ravi could echo it, because he has been. So I'm currently a division director in Toastmasters, managing 25 clubs. I have personally chartered 5 clubs. And the intention for me, one, to polish my own skills, communication skills, but more importantly, to be able to give back and develop others. Right, that is my primary intention. I've started a Toastmaster club in my engineering college as part of our 25th year graduation anniversary contributions. So I want to be staying connected with the young minds, and many of them come from a rural background, and they kind of struggle to get through the engineering because they don't have a city skill of English speaking, and they kind of go down because of that. I want to make sure that no one goes down in their engineering studies just because of lack of English skills. So it's my imperative as alumni to be able to contribute them. So I have a weekly Saturday, 6 to 7 a.m. our time. I kind of connect with students in India, and I kind of help 30 plus members every week. So those kind of similarly, prior to this, I'm currently in a CFO program as well, because in work-wise, I am in group finance technology, working with finance controllers and regulatory reporting stakeholders and so forth. So I've been in the investment banking for 15 years and overall IT for 25 years. And the reason why I joined Toastmasters is my manager gave a feedback that you don't know how to talk to a client. And she just kind of shot me down in 2009. And I said, okay, fine. I thought I'm good at it. So she said, unless you get your thoughts together, I'm not going to join you in the client related call. So that was the push for me to join right away into Edison Toastmasters. So there's something called Woodbridge Toastmasters in Edison where I kind of joined, and I kind of started my journey, right? So mainly it gave me confidence to improve my skills, and also if I can improve, then I can help others improve as well. So that's kind of the thought process. So I'm not a PRO for Toastmasters, but I think for a structured forum like Toastmasters can be leveraged for better benefits, better impact, and help many people, whether it's engineering students, or I also have also lead a women in technology group, non-corporate, purely community-based. So there are many women who are career come back, and they kind of feel shy, or they kind of have low confidence. How do I get back into office corporate world, right? So I kind of help them in transitioning by having Women in Technology group. And I have the CFO network where I kind of lead 150 plus team members across the globe. So I chartered 4 Toastmasters, one in Dubai, one in Kuwait, Riyadh, and the other one based in Pakistan, and the other one is in India. So it's like 4 different regions, because I'm part of the training group for CFOs. And the way my CFO mentor, or the training institute mentor, said, looking at what you are, the finance technology is going towards, we don't need finance person to lead finance. We need technology persons to lead finance. So you may be better suited in taking a CTO program rather than a CFO program, because you have a blend of finance and technology, and the trend is towards technologists, tech sense, more than finance business people driving things. So that was yet another push, but I know that I want to be in a C-suite level, and I need to sharpen my edge, and it doesn't happen over a week or a month, and it takes years. So having good network, having like-minded people, to be able to call upon someone in some topic, and to be able to help someone else in whatever topics I am familiar with, So that is the intention. So if you have a good network, like-minded people, and that we can help each other, what else you need in life, right? I think that's good enough. If you can earn respect of good people, I think we can have a quality and a good life.
Yeah, thanks, Hari. And I think you came a long way from learning how, not knowing how to communicate with client, and now actually leading and teaching the people to how to communicate. That's a major transformation.
It's just a God's grace and how people got lined up. It's just a like-mindedness, right? So similar to all of you here, you have some inkling towards this, and we all joined together. So that's cool. So I know we are at 8:25, but I do want to give a chance to Sundar to speak for a few minutes, and then I will introduce a type of session that can prepare us as an executive talking to either a senior stakeholders or to a town hall presentations, right? So we'll keep that as a theme, but we will use some of our CTO last 3 week topics in mind to use that to run that theme. So that's what is coming in the next 35 minutes. But before that, I want to give a chance to Sundar. Sundar, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, good morning all. Sorry, I'm still on bed, so I couldn't turn on my
No worries.
I'm traveling. I'm in West Arizona, and so I couldn't make it on time.
No problem. Thank you for joining. You're from California, is it?
Yeah. So, but I'm based out of New Jersey. I'm in Edison too. I'm in travel for the past few weeks, so roaming here and there in different time zones. So I'm just hanging out like that. Yeah, but once I'm back to New Jersey, I'll be on time and I will show up myself. Okay. Sure. Yeah. To give a brief about myself, I'm working as a DB guy, so a solutions architect for Morgan Stanley. Prior to that, I was with Verizon for 4 years, and then prior to that, again, I worked for Morgan Stanley for 7+ years. So overall, I have around 12 years of experience in IT industry, and 5 years I'm in US, completely in New Jersey. So Edison, Piscataway, Bayonne, so I'm staying here and there like that. Between I'm a bachelor guy, I'm yet to be married, so I have the freedom of staying here wherever I want, hanging out here and there. And yeah, that's a brief. And my intention here is, so as you mentioned, I just want to, the one point you mentioned, right? So somebody told you about how to connect with the client, how to talk to clients, all those things. I came across that some 7 to 8 years back. So I didn't get that comment straight on my face, but I got to know that when my manager appraised me when I was in India. And then the moment when I came US, I have I have the opportunities to directly interact with clients. So prior to that, we will be just listening to calls, what client is explaining about the requirements, all those things. So when I get the opportunity to directly talk to clients, I try to articulate in a better way. I try to understand how this one specific customer, talks somebody from might be a Russian, someone might be a Chinese, and someone from American. So everyone have their own way of talking. So I was feeling very difficult. I find difficulties in understanding what they talk, first of all, especially my Russian manager. I was feeling very, very difficult in what he's, but I cannot tell that to him. Like I'm not able to understand what you are talking. So I try to slowly understand. And then I get a frequency. We are in the same frequency. Like whatever I tell, he understood, and he tell, I understood. So, and we have to give passes. The speed of our communication, right? That also matters for different types of people. So not everyone will understand the same phase of communication, right? So those are all the things I learned throughout my last 5 to 6 years. Now I can say, like, I'm able to communicate better to my clients or customers or any stakeholders, whoever I'm talking to, and I'm able to articulate things in a better way. And so here I'm still try to improvise a lot more on that aspect. So that's why I'm here. And that's it.
Fantastic. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, this forum can help you to get married as well. So I think We all have a lot of experience in that, so, but I think you should enjoy your bachelorhood as much as you can.
Yeah,
Because
not too far. So maybe sometime next year. So I'm traveling India this year, month end. So for this settling up these things. So yeah, we'll see.
I'm sure a Wharton brand will help a lot.
Sundar, you can decide after talking to us whether you can decide whether you want to marry or not.
Yeah, I'm pushing it for a few years, but I don't think I can escape hereafter. So I have to take a call now.
Hey, Sundar, it appears, you're traveling a lot, means you're partying a lot this year, huh?
Not really kind of partying, but I want to. My passion is to visit a lot of places. I mean, just to hang out. I don't mind about like whether I have somebody over there or not. I just want to visit all the 50 states at least once before I get married. But I don't think I will be able to achieve that. Now I'm covering.
What will you do after getting married then if you visit all 50?
Yeah, difficult, boss. Very difficult. Not sure if they will have the same interest, right? We have to force them to carry along with us, and it won't work out, right?
Leave something to explore together, yeah.
Yeah, that's out of US, so France, Europe. That is still there for my post-marriage trips. So whatever this West Coast and Midwest, all those places, right? It's very, very dry, so very difficult to hang out with our partner. I'm feeling a little scared in being in Arizona itself, so I don't know how the other cities will be.
Hari, I like the indirect benefit you mentioned. I think you should mention this to program coordinators. Wharton brand will help you to get married. They'll be more than happy to add that to the program brochure.
Program, yeah. One of the benefits.
All right. Cool. So now we are in the second half of our session. Now, what I would like to do, I want to get all of you warmed up for a 60-second spotlight interview. So we all are going to go each one by one. I'll be asking few questions for 60 seconds. And Akhil, can I count on you as a timer for 60 seconds? Yeah. So if you can start the clock, who wants to volunteer first? It's going to be non-technical, purely fun, personal questions. Something about a book you read, something the book you love, the leaders you love, the quote you love, something like that. So I just want to get you warmed up in a 60-second spotlight interview, because most of you are getting into the senior level where suddenly something may come up, and I want to make sure that it's available. And then probably we'll do a similar thought process with a technology theme, right? So we'll just do 2 quick rounds if we are able to get time for that.
So 1 minute?
1 minute, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me first find out the volunteers who wants to? Elan, okay.
I can go, I can try.
All right, okay. So when we say ready, you start the clock. Okay, Akhil?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Elan, ready. What would you name the autobiography title of your life?
Muyarchi. In Tamil, it's a trying.
Very good. If you could learn to do anything, what would it be?
How I can go into space.
Fantastic. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
It is my native Tanjavur.
Beautiful. What's your favorite indoor and outdoor activity?
Tennis.
Very good. Why do you do what you do?
It's a passion. I like to hang around with my friends in tennis. It's a good social playing as well.
Okay. What's the legacy you want to leave?
Yeah, as you said, I'm actually doing some of the school kind of stuff in my native place in Manargudi. That is what, as you said, I wanted to give back to the community.
Well, how do you put yourself in 3 words?
It's up. 1 minute up.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So hope you enjoyed it, Elan. Thank you for, it was a very fun session. So we enjoyed it. Thank you. Who wants to volunteer next?
Me, Sundar.
Sundar, all right, Sundar.
Yeah.
Let's go through. Sundar, what was the first toy you got from your own money?
A Cadbury chocolate.
Okay. What are the three qualities that define you?
People skill, strategy, and caring.
Fantastic. What's the coolest trend you see today?
Blockchain.
Okay. How do you define success?
Keep trying.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Jeju Island.
What's your favorite book?
The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster.
What's your favorite leadership quote?
If you're not making money while sleep, then you don't do business.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Sundar.
can
Hope you enjoyed it as well.
I can go next, Hari. So should we follow the one-word answers or regular Toastmaster 1 minute answer? Which one you want me to?
One word.
One word. Okay.
One or few words. It's a rapid fire session.
Oh, is it rap? It is not the table topics. It is
It's
rapid
not the
fire.
table topics. We'll
Okay.
do table topic on a technology theme where you can talk more. This is
Okay.
like
Got
people
it.
want to get to know you, spotlight questions.
Okay.
All right. If you're ready, how do you define success?
Success is my favorite definition is a quote. It's a progressive realization of your ideal. So whatever you pick, you progressively realize it. You make a
Of a
journey
worthy
that
goal.
is success.
Earl Nightingale.
Yeah, Nightingale.
Cool. What's your favorite give back activity?
My favorite give back activity is working for nonprofits. Toastmasters is a nonprofit, and there are other nonprofits I'm involved with several causes.
Okay. What technology fascinates you?
At this point, augmented intelligence and its business application.
Fantastic. What would you like your kid to become?
I would let her choose what she wants to become.
Sure. What's the first thing you bought with your own money?
I bought a book.
What's your favorite indoor-outdoor activity?
1 minute up.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ravi. Hope you also enjoyed it. We learned, we enjoyed it. It's all different aspects. All right. Who wants to volunteer? Akhil or Lakshmi?
I can go, that's fine. Somebody has to do the
do
timer.
that. That's right.
Thank you,
Ilan?
Alan.
Okay, Ilan, you can time?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I can time.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know when you want to start.
Okay. Ready. Akhil, what do you absolutely hate doing?
Hate doing, I don't think I have anything, I mean, probably dishonesty.
Okay. What do you absolutely love doing?
Honesty.
Okay. What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership means to me is basically taking care of the people and making sure that they achieve, it's not about you, it's about them, and making sure that they achieve their goals, and you
Okay.
show them the direction.
Okay. What's your favorite place to visit?
Favorite place would be Maldives.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is I don't remember the title of the book, but I think How to Connect with the People by Dale Carnegie.
If you could learn to do anything, what would it be?
It's time, but
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Akhil. Thanks for sharing. Lakshmi, are you ready? Okay.
okay, you are taking care of the timing, or you want me to take care?
Yeah, I will do it. That's
Okay. All right. Are you ready, Akhil?
yeah.
Okay. Lakshmi, who has been your favorite employer in your career so far?
My first employer, FIS.
Fantastic. Who is your favorite boss?
Boss, in a different company. His name is Shiva Jagane.
Why?
Because the way how he leads himself and the team, the honesty and the value system what he brings to the table. So yeah.
Okay. What's your leadership style?
Be the example for the people yourself, right?
What does an architect mean to you?
Designing the unknown.
Okay. Why? What is your passion?
Passion. So many things. So yeah. So my passion is to build something which I have not done before all the time.
Fantastic. What do you absolutely love doing?
Meditation.
Fantastic.
1 minute.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I hope we're just kind of warming up, right? It's not difficult questions. Sometimes the spotlight are such that you're just casually. The CEO is not going to ask you a specific question in your project or a specific question in some technology, how this work or that work. His intention is to impact as many people, connect with as many people, and inspire as many people, right? So the conversations are usually going to be kind of a slow starters, something that's more generic. So this is kind of a sample, right? It's like a 60 seconds. We don't have to think too much. But if you were to be doing this rapid fire session again, would you change your answers? Would you, make it more sharper, more crisper? Would you? So that is something I want you to take away from this exercise and do it in your own, right? And then polish, write down some of the questions that you can remember. I'll just chat you this link in the group, in the Zoom chat. Just save this link. You can go through in your favorite time and try to do it. Try to mind collect your thoughts and do time yourself, like read your question and then time yourself and see how it goes. So the more the practice, the better it becomes, and there's no magic more than that.
How about the rapid fire for you? You didn't take it still.
All right. So now, given that I have given the link to ask questions, go for it. Anyone can be a moderator and I can be a speaker.
Let me ask you questions.
Let me open it.
Who's the timer? Akhil?
I will do it. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Go for it, Lakshmi.
So yeah, I think it's going to be out of syllabus for you. Is it okay?
Go for it.
Okay. What is really tough for you?
Time management, because I want to do a lot of things, but it's only 24 hours a day.
What you want your team to manage well?
Themselves. If they know more, if they know the clients more, they can prioritize and they can manage well. So they need to know more what their strengths and weaknesses are.
What you love to do on a rainy day?
Just chill with my family and kid and enjoy a good snack.
Okay. What is the last thing, if I'm going to drop you from a hillock, what is the last thing you would like to do?
Don't slip from the hill like I do. Look around and be ready to survive.
Sure. So what is that something which you feel that you should have done better so far in your life?
1 minute.
Money management.
Thank you. Great. Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me this experience as well. Thank you so much.
Sure.
So I think we will try to repeat this exercise next when we meet in 2 weeks. Yeah, probably one of you or two of you can come up with the questions. Google out, find some interesting questions, put it together in a Word document or in whatever fashion you want, and be a moderator. Because one thing is to be a speaker, but the other thing is also to have an experience as a moderator, right? Sometimes you may need that skill also. So, we don't need to have a single moderator. I just did it because I want to give you a sample of how it looks like. So if we have 6 people on the call, you can moderate 2 people, someone else can moderate 2 people, like that. We can rotate. But being the moderator as well as host gives you a different thought process and experience. So if you like this segment, we can do it next time as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Ravi, would you like to tell everyone what does a table topic mean? How many minutes we need to talk? And what are your tips on how to approach a table topic?
Absolutely. Table topics in a Toastmasters meeting, it is a segment, it is a name given to a spontaneous speaking section. So a lot of times what happens is you have to speak on a topic spontaneously, off the cuff. You don't have time to think, probably 30 seconds to think, not more than that. But if you are well prepared for a topic, you can talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that's a different case. But when it comes to when someone asks you quickly, okay, what do you think about the most recent book that you read? And you need to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. And how do you organize your thoughts? How do you express your thoughts? That's the purpose of table topics in a Toastmasters segment. The time limit for Toastmasters is 1 to 2 minutes. Another important aspect of Toastmasters is you need to stick to the time, because if someone asks you to talk for 5 minutes and if you talk 30 minutes, that's not good. And if someone asks you to deliver a speech of 45 minutes and if you end in 20 minutes, that's not good either. So it's sticking to the time. How do you start? Table topics is a 1 to 2 minute segment on a question that's just that was thrown at you, and you don't have time to think, not more than few seconds. How do you organize your thoughts to express in that 1 to 2 minutes? And how do you start? How do you close? And how do you organize your thoughts? That's the purpose of Toastmasters. This is what scared me when I joined Toastmasters. I postponed joining Toastmasters because someone would call me on stage and ask me a question and I would fail. But the more I participated, the more I got better at it. So when a question, when someone throws a random question to you, my thing is you try to begin. It's 1 to 2 minutes, very short. My advice would be try to begin, find out a good beginning. You can begin with your personal statement or a quote or something, and then talk 3 points. 3 is the number that you can remember in any public speaking situation. 5 points is very rare to remember, and 1 point will be very short. 3 points, just mention 3 points, and then close that topic smoothly. Try to find a closing. And initially it will be difficult, but when you do more often, for example, the same questions that you did today, what success means to you? So you said 1 word answer, or you can talk 1 to 2 minutes, you can talk 45 minutes. So each is different. So that's the Toastmasters table topics is all about.
Thank you very much, Ravi. Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, Akhil, can you be a timer for 2 minutes?
Yeah. 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, I don't know, I could probably share this virtual background to Akhil next time, or I'll send it to all of you by email next time. Please chat me your email IDs on the Zoom chat that I can send. So what happens is normally when someone times for 2 minutes, at the first minute, I will be changing my virtual background to green. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will change it to yellow. And then at 2 minutes, I will change it to red. And I'll keep it on red until you complete, right? So, and then for the first minute, 0 to 1 minute, I'll keep it in this blue color. So that's how we change the colors to indicate that your time is coming up, right? So Akhil probably doesn't have this tool right now. I'll share it with him. I'll share it with all of you in the email, because you can be a timer in the next sessions. So that's how it looks like. But for this particular session, we are not going to do the change of colors in the virtual background. We'll just leave it as is. When the 2 minutes is up, Akhil will unmute himself and say time is up, right? So that's how we will go for this time. Ravi, I don't know if you have this tool as a virtual background on your side, or if you're prepared to do it, or we can do it next time, that's fine.
I don't have the tool. I think let's do it next time.
Next time, let's do it next time. Okay, all right, fine. But I just want to give you a glimpse of how it looks like. All right. So this is going to be a 2-minute table topic. This is purely going to be some pictures from our first week session on CTO and responsibilities, that particular theme. So I'm going to share the summary document in this here, right? And I need volunteers for talking 2 minutes. So we are at 8:50. I think we may be able to go for 3 to 4 people. Let's see if we can finish with 5 people. Who wants to volunteer first? Ravi. Ravi, assume that you are the founder and CTO of Oracle. What does this picture tell you? And what is your vision forward?
If I'm the founder and CTO of Oracle at this point of time, I would focus on the upcoming trends on the databases, and Larry Ellison did a fantastic work. And if I may not be able to replicate what Larry did, but based on the current trends in 2021 and how databases needs to be organized for to kind of face the upcoming disruptions and the business challenges and the demands from the business, it is a completely different ball game from what happened at the time of Oracle starting. So when it comes to this picture, what I liked in this picture is all these buildings are in the shape of databases. So if you see it, kind of like multiple databases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 databases there I could see. So that's a complete theme that shows how a founder is passionate about what they want to do. Really, they are in the business of databases. So they structured everything as a database. So when I look at this picture, everything that kind of resonates what they wanted to do, they kind of showed that they are showing that passion even in the structure of the buildings itself. So that is what I wanted to do. I want to show my passion in from designing the buildings to executing the
2
smallest
minutes.
tasks.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you.
Sorry, I did not count it exactly. I forgot to start the timer, but I put it kind of approximate.
That's okay.
Okay. So it's one fantastic speech, Ravi. You kind of gave what came to your mind, and it was kind of a innovative thought of thinking like this as a database. And I was thinking that whether you will say, okay, all these database in one set, it's now Oracle Cloud multi-tenant architecture or something like that. But you kind of shaped up the buildings as database, and you came up with that nice thought process. So I really enjoyed it. One thing is to speak like this, right? But the other thing is also to give feedback. And that's the value coming from Toastmasters, right? Because if you just speak and go without knowing whether you did well or whether you could have done something better, you don't know. So who would want to give a quick 30 seconds feedback for Ravi, how he did this time? It could be with a good, as well as it should have something constructive. You cannot always sugarcoat it. So you need to give something, a constructive feedback for him as well. So who would like to volunteer for that?
I can.
Akhil, go for it.
Yeah. So what I liked about is that Ravi, you connected these buildings to the database and how it kind of gels together. So that was very kind of creative and creative imagination. So that one is very nice analogy that you presented. And I think what I would say, maybe something, I mean, I'm just giving my own personal thoughts, but what I would say is that maybe when you started in the beginning, that when you said that I would not be able to do as good job as Larry, I think don't underestimate yourself. I think anybody can be Larry Ellison, or anybody can be Elon Musk.
Fantastic, right? So that's a nice feedback. I
Thank you,
wouldn't say
Akhil.
whether it's a good feedback or a bad feedback or something like that, right? But something good and something constructive. So we need to be able to give back to the speaker one good thing and one constructive thing, right? So that's how we keep on improving. And even Akhil, when you mentioned about your feedback, your personal thought, you don't have to explain. You are given the role of an evaluator, which means people recognize you that you can give evaluation feedback. So again, you don't want to doubt yourself whether it's a personal thought, or you don't have to explain that, right? Because if your boss is asking you to be a moderator in something, he believes in you that you will do a good job. So it's that kind of growth mindset you want to also carry. So who would like to be the next speaker?
So can I go and ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So hey, Ravi, maybe this is for you. Right? I think you did a fabulous job. So the way how you explained the table topics before, correct? I think how you really organize your thoughts. That's the key to the whole talking, correct? So how did you prepare yourself before you really started rendering the conversation or the talk?
For this specific topic or in general?
No, this one.
This one.
You probably didn't get any time, maybe like 5 seconds, 10 seconds you got, but just how did you collected yourself before you really talked?
So I took 20 seconds to think about the question that Hari posed. That's a very complex question. He asked if you are a founder, and also he wanted me to look at that picture. So those are the two things I focused on, and I wanted to tell something about that picture, but I couldn't get immediate ideas. So I started off what I would do if I'm a founder. I started I have experience of starting a company. So that's where I started, because that came to my mind instantly. And what would I do if I start a database company? So that's an internal question. Then what I would do if I start a database company now, the demands and those are the 3-4 thoughts that I kind of started off. Then from there, I went into the picture, and instantly that picture appeared like a databases. I know a little bit of sketch noting. So when you represent database, how do? You just draw the circles, right? And it's a cylinder kind of thing. So that's where I got into the next topic. And then I decided to close when I talked enough, because it's just 2 minutes. I don't need to stress out myself to talk more. I just have to mention few points in my mind, because this is a very short speech. And I decided to close it down. That's what I'm going to do. That's simple formula that I used.
Excellent. Yeah. So this design is very key for us. That is the very thing. Thank you, Ravi.
Yeah, that's an excellent question, right? So that's kind of the thought process template that we want to share and learn from each other. Who would like to go for next? We'll do one more. Ilan, okay.
So the same picture?
No. Life won't be that easy, Ilan. Okay, Ilan. If you are a CTO and you have to disrupt the industry, which organization will you join? A high tech or low tech? Why? If you are a CTO and you have to disrupt the market, which organization will you join? High tech or low tech, and why?
Yeah, thanks. I would like to go and join a low tech company because the high tech companies are already established and disturbed some way, but the low tech companies will have a good path. And if you have a right skills, you hire a right skilled people, and then you can go and disturb the industry. So as an example, if you take Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola is not a low-tech company, right? So even now they are a high-tech company. Maybe I'll choose a Popeye's chicken, something like that, right? So Popeye chicken is not like as McDonald's or something like that. They don't have a lot of lean management stuff. So what I would do is I'd go and see the current their management structure and how they're processing plans and everything. Then I will have to come up with a transformational strategy, how I can make this as a big tech company. Using all the innovative technologies currently we have, everything is on cloud. You can improve their lean management using a lot of cloud native stuff and everything. So yeah, there is a lot of good opportunities in a low tech industry, choosing that low tech industry and then making them a success. That's all I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I was just waiting whether you are able to fully utilize your 2 minutes or you want to give up in 1 minute 30 seconds or 1 minute 40 seconds, right? So it's very precious. The 2 minutes is your make or break impact. So if you're given 2 minutes, leverage the full 2 minutes. So that's the first principle of table topic. Who would like to give feedback to Ilan?
I would give one feedback. Yeah, Ilan, you articulated well, and yeah, you brought up some thought process on the flow. But what I felt is, yeah, you should take some more time to. I mean, yeah, this is our first session, right? So I mean, whenever we get something like that, I think we have to. I mean, when we have options to choose, we have to first pick the right option, then start talking about. I mean, you started with Coca-Cola, then you changed to Popeye chicken, right? So that's one thing I felt.
Thank you. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, even I was thinking about that. So.
Okay.
Quite talking.
Any other feedback?
Yeah. So yeah, can I go or somebody wants to?
Go for it, Lakshmi. Then I will go to Ravi.
Okay. So no, you did a very passionate thing, Ilan, right? So you really jumped into, really wanted to change something, right? You're figuring out opportunities where you can make a difference. So we can see the passion completely the way how you were telling the story, right? But what could help, I would sound with Sundar that, organize your thought a little bit, maybe take like 5 seconds, all right? So we don't need to solve everything in the 2 minutes. So you will kind of really, you become a CTO of Coca-Cola maybe for 30 seconds, right? And the CTO of Popeye for like 30 seconds, something like that. So I think we can take it a little slow and then kind of organize and maybe you do it. Yeah. So yeah, I hope it makes sense. Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Very good. And Ravi?
Yeah, my feedback is I think you did a fantastic. When the question is asked, you're to the point, you understood, you kind of went into that very passionately, like how others expressed. For the first time when you are participating in this kind of discussion, I think this is an amazing, phenomenal work. Because in order to do better, because we all have room for improvement. So in order to do better next time, probably I felt it. You have lots of thoughts. You wanted to put it in 2 minutes, so you went too fast. Yeah. You're expressing it very fast because you don't want to miss anything. Maybe a speech, the rate of speech, maybe if it slows down. Yeah. I mean, you may try that, how it comes out. It may be more effective or less effective. You can try different things with different variations of speech. And so that's
I think those colors would have helped probably. I mean, in real life, we may not have the colors, but I think at least to start training, that probably would have helped quite a bit to you, I think, so that you would have probably clearly know that how much time I have taken so far.
I agree. I completely agree. I kind of felt I struggled with that. So whether my 2 minutes approaching or should I stop?
Yeah, but I think eventually we have to get to a mode, right, where we don't have, in the real life, we don't have colors. So we have to get to that mode. But I think to train with that helps.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for the feedback. I think the exact feedback, Ravi, you get the fast pace, right? That's exactly the feedback I also get from my boss as well. The reason being is that, as you exactly said, I think a lot, and then I wanted to cover everything at the same time, and then I go fast, even with my thinking. So I don't know how I can get that down. I'm going into another communication class to take care of this, but I still am struggling. So I hope you guys can help me on that.
Sure. Everything is practice and these kind of feedback.
We are all learning from each other. So I think
So I hope all of you enjoyed this sessions, right? So you were a speaker, you are a moderator, you gave feedback, and as an evaluator, let me give you a couple of more feedbacks, right? And Ravi is also very expert at this. Lakshmi, when you spoke giving feedback, I don't know whether you realized you were speaking right. So those filler words, right? You were repeating it a lot many times. I don't know whether you recognize that or not. You always say, okay, so right. You think like this, right? So you're doing those kind of filler words, right? Whenever you kind of tend that, you want to just pause it. It's okay to maintain a silence. Many times we are not get used to silence, right? And A.R. Rahman says that silence is also a form of music, right? So silence is also a powerful tool. When to use it, how to use it, how frequent to use it. So that's one thing. Second thing is just take a picture of the 6 video panels you have. How many of you have the head against your ceiling? How many of you have your head and ceiling lot more space, right? And how many of you have like kind of the middle background, right? And when we meet kind of online or in an office Skype meeting or Teams meeting, nobody kind of tells us how our background looks like or whatever it is, but everything adds up over a period of time. So right now, Sundar, we can only purely see your face. Now it's coming up to a middle background, right? Middle ground, and which is nice. Now you're kind of aligned your video, right? So by giving this feedback, you're now becoming conscious to see how it should look like, right? And for Elan, your head and ceiling space is very minimal. So you may, yeah, now it's kind of a little in the middle, right? So this kind of thing adds up over a period of time, right? Now, I don't know, Ravi, the background that you have is real or it's a virtual background, but either way, the background is very inspiring. So is it a
This is real.
real? See?
This is my desk, my home desk.
Right. So, but that's inspiring, right? So there's no perfect virtual background. Sometimes I keep like this blue. Sometimes I just remove, and this is my normal background looks like, right? I'll just say, so this is my normal room background. So because my fan is kind of running around this, I can either blur my background or I can keep no background. But I also have my laptop is on a vertical moving, right? So I kind of can size up and I can stand and talk and I can kind of do like this, right? So now I kind of can stand and give you a speech. So you may want to give a little bit thinking about how your background looks like. And if you want to stand and communicate, how your background, what does it communicate to anyone? Because if you look at some of the MDs and others, either they will have some inspiring, quote behind them, or they would have a lovely tree which gives a calm and a peace.
Bookshelves are in fashion.
Yeah, bookshelf. So go for it. But the important thing that I want to share in this feedback is be cognizant of your window, right? That is also equally important on how you do. And if you're in a doubt, go for a formal dress, go for a something like that rather than a plain old T-shirt or something. This particular session is not meant to measure anything like that. But if you are in a setting, be a Roman if you're in a Rome, right? So better to be not doubtful about. So that's one less thing to worry about, and you can focus on what you want to communicate, right? So those are the key things. So I hope it kind of gave you a evaluation for the evaluator, and you as an evaluator giving feedback to a speaker, and you are a speaker, you are a timer, right? So we can switch around the roles. I'm just trying to give an example of how this session is being done. Ravi, if you want to lead the next session in 2 weeks, if you want to be the moderator and if you want to take us through a similar structure, right? We can have the first 15 minutes. Whoever comes and whoever has not done their introduction before, we give them priority and we can give the first 15 minutes an introduction, right? We are still in the early stages of our CTO program. So the more we network, the more better it is. So the first 10, 15 minutes kind of session, then we kind of go into kind of a rapid fire 60-second on some casual topics, right? And then we come into the table topic segment and you choose a chapter, the week 2 themes or week 3 themes, right, of our CTO program. So that way, it also kind of helps us to refresh some of the learnings that we did, right? Now I kind of gave a hypothetical scenario with that slide, but we can actually talk about the slide, talk about the content. What did you learn from it? What were others' learnings from it? So imagine a table topic around, week 2 or week 3 summary slides, and then come up with your own questions, what you may want to ask an audience, right? So do you think that's a good idea, or you have some other thought?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea. So I'll be happy to lead the next meeting. Thanks, Hari, for setting this up. This is really, really helpful platform for all of us. And thanks for taking this initiative. Credit goes to you.
Sure. So I'm very mindful of time. I'm sorry that I took 9 minutes more than this. One person cannot make an impact. It's a teamwork, right? And we all learn from each other. We share with each other. We know who to call on what subject that is more important. So if you don't know how to solve the problem, at least if you know who you can reach out to solve the problem is solved, right? So that's more important. So what I would request is, if you really like some of the sessions and like what you're doing, and if you think others in our business storytelling group can come and participate, and we can have much more rich quality conversations and some more diverse thinking, just chat on the business storytelling Slack channel on your experience. All right. So that might inspire 2 more people to join the next in the next session. So that's how we kind of improve our thought process and networking, right? So that's and see how many times I've used right. That's a cognizant. So with that, I would like to close the meeting, but I do want to give a minute for each of you to close the meeting with your own experience and thoughts, and then we'll stop the recording and stop the meeting. Let's go from Lakshmi.
I think this has been a pretty productive meeting, probably. I think we're doing way more networking than what the program itself provides on its platform, right? So thanks, Hari, for setting it up, right? So I think this has been my second session here. I'm kind of still, just wetting my feet, right? So, but I think I'm learning quite a lot. But the only thing which I see as a gap in myself is between these 2 weeks, right? I have not put any effort on this. Okay, there is absolutely no investments, not a single minute, right? So I think, I don't know, maybe I need some guidance in terms of how people put effort between 2 sessions that help, shape. Otherwise, just meeting once in 2 weeks, probably, it just make a very little impact on the overall game, I would think. So I think, thank you, thanks for all the help, and this is a much needed help for me. Thank you.
Lakshmi, I can tell one thing for the particular thing that you mentioned. I think where maybe you like some of these questions, you can think about some generic questions, maybe technology related or anything, or something about yourself. Just think about that you are giving an interview, and you write it down and you record yourself and listen to your recording. I think that has helped me, and I think that will help you also.
Fantastic.
So for next meeting, I think on that question, right, if you are all interested, you can pick a topic and prepare a 3 to 5 minute quick speech on it. And if you are interested to deliver, you can let me know on the Slack channel so that we can incorporate that. That would motivate you to prepare and use the time between now and next week.
And also, I'm sharing on the screen, like I have this question set for executive interviews and CEO, C-level interviews, right? So there are many short questions on vision, on the theme of vision, strategy and vision, goals, competition, market competitors, your first 90 days plan, your business growth, leadership theme, leadership development, budget and finance, how do you do metrics, process improvement, change management, performance management, hiring, team building, failure, right? So you see a number of topics are there, and there are 125 questions. These can also be a very good table topic theme, right? If you like this, I can share this with all of
I
you.
think don't share this. I would like that to be spontaneous.
And I think this.
But you at some point you may also want to prepare for an interview, right? So
yeah, maybe you can share some of them, maybe not all of them.
No, I think, yeah.
I mean, You can share the questions, but you don't know what question you are going to get out of it.
Exactly.
If I pick a
Okay.
question out of 170, it'll be
Okay, that's fine.
You cannot prepare like a semester exam for all the 170 students.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
document, Hari. I think that's a really a good document as a
Yeah.
leader. What do you need to know?
Yeah, yeah. So your last 60 seconds on this session experience, Ravi.
I really enjoyed today's meeting. I was in several Toastmasters meeting because I've been a member. This is one of very peculiar meetings, and thanks for customizing it. One thing that I liked is that rapid fire round. That really is this is the first time I kind of participated in some kind of that kind of event. So thank you so much for organizing, and I'll continue to be part of this group.
Pleasure, thank you. Sundar, your 60 seconds.
Yeah, so I tried. I thought of joining this on a weekend for last 2 to 3 weeks, but I didn't make it. But somehow I managed to make it this week. I'm really happy about it. This is my first investment, so I will start joining without missing it on a weekly basis. And yeah, so like Ravi said, this is my first the rapid fire session, and I thought of joining the Toastmasters Club 10 years back when I was working with Tata Consultancy Services. They have a Toastmaster Club. I always tried to contribute, join that, but I never did it. But I think it's happening after 10 years, 11 years. So I'm very happy about it. I will continue to be part of it.
Thank you, Sundar. Ilan, your 60 seconds.
Yeah, thanks, Hari, for organizing this. This is a fantastic session. I was hesitant to join because I don't know what it is, how I can deliver things and everything, but it has given me a platform where I can improve myself and get confident with you guys. I know this is going to be successful for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilan. Akhil, your 60 seconds.
Yeah, first I want to thank you for starting this initiative. You are taking this great initiative. I think what Ravi or someone mentioned that apart from what we are learning in the Wharton CTO program, the learning that has been coming out of this group that we are forming, it's phenomenal. And I think in the process, I'm able to get to know all of you better and know what you guys are, what you are doing, and how you are making difference in your professional life and personal life. That has been very inspiring to me. So thanks for starting that. And one more last thing I would say is that I heard about the Toastmaster quite some time back. I never joined it, but now I think I'm inspired to join Toastmaster. And credit goes to you, Hari, for that. Thank you.
It's a team effort. We can start a Wharton CTO Toastmasters Club, and we can, because that's a separate, going to be a brand in its own right. So that's another way as an alumni, even after our program, we can continue to connect in the program as a Wharton CTO, right? So if the sessions kind of go, few more sessions go like this very well, and it's becoming meaningful and fruitful, then we all can think and consider whether we want to set it up, somewhere along this program. So final call of action.
Hari, one more question before you close it off, right? So you think you are going to start a Wharton Toastmaster, or you recommend us to go and join the Toastmasters Club? So maybe I'm interested too. So
we could create a Wharton CTO Toastmasters itself, right? So that's a brand. Yeah, because what it gives you is they're already selecting a cream of people, right? They already have a good selection criteria. Senior to very senior executives are joining. So if we kind of create a Toastmaster with this executive network, you get a kind of a good quality knowledge sharing network, right?
Yeah, maybe that I will be interested in that anyway.
I like that. This group can turn out to be a Wharton CTO Toastmasters Club as we continue and grow this group. So you need 20 members in order to start a club. That's what Hari is saying.
Exactly.
Toastmasters will not give you that brand if you do not have 20 members. So we are 6 now. I mean, we can continue same meetings, and at some point when we reach 20, we will rebrand it as Wharton CTO Toastmasters. Until then, we can call this as Wharton CTO Club or Public Speaking Club.
Storytelling club, right? Business
Storytelling Club.
Yeah, okay, fine. That works. That works. Yeah, maybe I'll start my PRO program.
Yeah, and if you want to join a Toastmaster, you can participate in the CFO Toastmaster Club that I've charted and I'm running alternate weeks. That is first and third week. This is my second and fourth week club. So that way I'm in the middle of all the exec network that I need for shaping up my career. So that's how I look at it. So call for action. Look back, take 5-10 minutes after the session is over, sometime within the weekend before you forget. Take a look back. What did you learn from this? What struck you most? What do you think could have been done differently? Have a thought and come back with it next time, right? So that's one thing, because there's always area for improvement, and it's 1 hour investment is a significant investment of your personal and professional time, and we want to make sure it's all worth it. And our structure that I am coming up with may not be always be the best structure, but we can customize it as Ravi rightly put it out for our own unique needs, right? So that's number one. Number two, I want all of you to be a leader to inspire others, right? If you can inspire others by sharing the experience in this, what did you learn from the session, and put it out in the Slack channel, see if you can inspire 1 or 2 more to join next time, right? The 6 should become 8 or 10 next time, right? So then we kind of a growing growth mindset club. So that's a call for action. So share your experience and try to inspire others. And the third thing is, Ravi, you are going to be the Toastmaster or the moderator for next week's session. And you know the template. You can come up with your own template. You run the show, but you will be the moderator for next week. Sounds good?
Absolutely. Thank
All
you.
right. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.